Right now, somewhere, someone is looking at your photo. A dating profile, a LinkedIn headshot, a random face in a crowd. And in 1/10 of a second, before you've said a single word, they've already decided if you're trustworthy, if you're smart, if you're someone worth knowing. You didn't get a chance to explain yourself. You didn't get to make your case. Your face already made it for you. That sounds unfair. It should sound unfair. But the real answer is far stranger than unfairness. Your brain isn't broken when it does this to other people. It's running code that's older than language itself. Here's the strange part. This isn't a flaw in modern life. It isn't something dating apps invented. It's ancient. It's automatic. And it happens whether you want it to or not. Psychologist Alexander Todorov at Princeton spent years trying to understand this exact moment. He showed people photos of strangers for just 1/10 of a second. Not enough time to read an expression. Not enough time to think. And still, people made snap judgments. Trustworthy or not. Competent or not. Confident or not. The judgments barely changed even when he gave people more time to look. First impressions of faces don't get more accurate with more staring. They just get more confident. Why would your brain do this? Why judge a stranger before you know anything real about them? Because for most of human history, a stranger's face was the only information you had. There was no resume, no reference check, no background search. If a stranger appeared at the edge of your camp, you had a few seconds to decide something that mattered enormously. Friend or threat. Feed them or run. Your ancestors who paused too long to gather more data sometimes didn't get a second chance. The ones who trusted a fast, rough judgment survived to raise children who inherited that same fast, rough judgment. You are descended from the quick deciders, not the careful ones. That's the twist most people never expect. You think you're a thoughtful judge of character. You're actually running a snap survival calculation your brain doesn't even let you feel happening. So what exactly is your brain measuring in that 1/10 of a second? Not personality, not character. Something much simpler. Researcher Leslie Zebrowitz spent decades studying what she called the babyface effect. Faces with rounder cheeks, bigger eyes, and softer features get read as more trustworthy and more innocent, regardless of the person behind them. It doesn't matter if it's true. It doesn't matter if that round-cheeked stranger is dishonest and that sharp-jawed stranger is kind. Your brain isn't reading their history. It's pattern-matching their bone structure against a survival template built for judging children versus adults, safety versus danger. This is the part that should unsettle you a little. Judges have handed down harsher sentences to people with less babyish, more mature-looking faces, even when the facts of the case were identical. Voters have picked political candidates based on split-second competence judgments made from a photograph alone, before a single policy was read. None of this is about truth. It's about pattern. And it isn't only about looking safe or unsafe. It's about looking familiar. Psychologist Nalini Ambati ran a different kind of experiment. She showed people just a few seconds of silent video, no sound at all, and asked them to guess how effective a teacher was, or how a business negotiation was going to end. Her subjects, working from almost nothing, were often startlingly accurate. She called this thin slicing, the brain's ability to extract meaningful conclusions from tiny slivers of behavior. Body language, micro-expressions, posture, all processed faster than conscious thought. Which raises the uncomfortable question. If your brain is this fast and this confident, how often is it wrong? Often. That's the honest answer. Todorov's research found that these split-second judgments predicted real-world outcomes, like elections, with unsettling frequency. But they weren't actually measuring competence. They were measuring how closely a face matched a cultural template of what competence is supposed to look like. A wider jaw, a stronger brow. Features that, throughout evolutionary history, correlated loosely with dominance in social hierarchies, not with intelligence or honesty. So your brain built an entire judgment system around a shortcut. And shortcuts, by definition, sometimes get it catastrophically wrong. Here's where it gets stranger still. This isn't unique to humans. Other primates show similar rapid social judgments of unfamiliar faces within their own troop. The instinct predates spoken language. It predates fire. Somewhere back in the deep evolutionary past, before your ancestors could ask a stranger, "Who are you?" their brains had already built a machine for answering that question without words at all. Think about how much of modern life still runs on this ancient wiring. Every dating app swipe. Every hiring manager glancing at a resume photo before reading a single qualification. Every first handshake at a job interview, where the decision may already be halfway made before either person has spoken a full sentence. You believe you're being rational, careful, fair. Your face-reading circuitry, built for a world of campfires and strangers at the tree line, has usually already voted. Does knowing this change anything? A little. Once you know the judgment is happening, you can choose not to trust it blindly. You can ask yourself, is this feeling about the person or about the shape of their face? That question alone is something your ancestors never needed to ask because they never knew the judgment was happening at all. Maybe that's the real gift of this research. Not that it makes you less human. It makes you aware of a piece of your humanity you never chose and rarely notice. 1/10 of a second, running silently under every introduction you'll ever have. So the next time you meet someone new and something in you instantly likes them or instantly doesn't, pause for just a second longer. That feeling isn't wisdom. It isn't insight. It's an ancient alarm system still running, still convinced it's protecting you from a stranger at the edge of the firelight. And somewhere, right now, someone is looking at your photo, deciding who you are in 1/10 of a second. They don't know it yet, but so is a very old part of their brain.